Hi, my name's Andy with wristadvisor.com, and today we've got a great video review for you. Today we are going to be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 41. This reference is the 126300. It is the white dial with the sticks with the Jubilee bracelet. And here in a second, we're going to get you some closer looks of this watch, and we're going to do a full in-depth review. But I want to just say that I've owned this watch personally for a year and a half now, and it is my first Rolex purchase. This was not something that I settled for. I have always had my eyes on a Datejust. I've always wanted the Jubilee. The reason why I've never bought it in the past is because it always came on the 36 millimeter. To be honest, I think 36 is a little bit too small for my wrist. So when I saw it come out a couple years ago for the 41, I got really excited. And it just turned out to be that now was, well, not now, but a year and a half ago was a great time for me to buy my first Rolex. So when I walked into the store, you always hear the stories of, you don't see anything that you like, you don't see anything that you want. I walked in, they got a new shipment that day. It honestly just spoke to me. I originally went in there thinking I was going to get the fluted bezel for this. Put it on, it just almost looked a little bit too flashy, so I went with more of the modern look. So this is an all steel, it's got the smooth bezel on it, and I think it's absolutely stunning. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this at a little bit closer angle. We'll go into some of the specs, some of the things that I've absolutely loved about this watch, some of the things that I think Rolex can improve upon. So let's go ahead and let's take that closer look. All right, guys, so let's take a closer look at the Rolex Datejust white dial on the Jubilee bracelet. So the movement on this one has just been upgraded, and you can tell by at the 6 o'clock position there is the little Rolex crown that indicates that this has the new 3235 in-house caliber. The power reserve on this is a substantial upgrade from the previous version. So this is now a 70-hour power reserve, so which means that you can set it down for the weekend and still pick it back up on Monday, which, if you've never had a 70-hour power reserve, it really does make a difference. So, when I bought this was, I think, right when that 3235 came out for the Datejust. So I was pretty lucky that I bought it right after it came out instead of right before it came out. This is my first Rolex. This is the exact model that I was wanting. The only difference is when I walked in the store, I thought I wanted the fluted bezel. I actually changed my mind. They had two side by side. The first one I tried on did have the fluted bezel, and to be honest, it was just a little too flashy with the Jubilee bracelet. I really think that if it was the Oyster bracelet, I would have gone with the fluted bezel, but it was just honestly a little bit too much, and I didn't want it to be too flashy. But I've had this for over a year and a half now, going on 2 years, and I couldn't be more happy with this watch. I mean, I bought it at a really good time right before, Datejust, they're not hard to find, but you couldn't put orders in on them anymore. I think I just checked Chrono24. You can't find these for under $9,200. I bought it at retail at $7,400. So, for a Datejust to be able to do that in about 2 years is pretty substantial. So I'm super happy with my purchase. The legibility on this watch is just out of this world. I mean, even though it's a white dial with the sticks, there's never been any situation where I haven't been able to look down and instantly recognize what the time is. Personally, I love having lume on my watches. In low light situations, I can always be able to tell the time. It's really important to me. So when I had the option of going with the Roman numerals or the sticks, it was a super easy decision on that. The smooth bezel, to get back to that, it does have one downside. So this is 904L stainless steel. It's how it differs from the 316 is it is more anti-corrosive. This is material that I think is used in the aerospace industry, but it is not as scratch resistant as the 316. And, even 316 isn't like, completely scratch resistant. I mean, it'll still show nicks and stuff like that. But I've had to be very careful with this bezel. And as you can see, I mean, if you're seeing any marks on this, it's probably just from my fingerprints. But if you are seeing, yeah, and I don't think we're picking any up, which is good. But I've had to be super careful with this thing, and I've almost had to change how I wear my watch to make sure that I'm not scuffing this up. So it has actually driven me to purchase, another watch. I purchased the Omega Seamaster 300 meter, one that had that ceramic dial. So, when I'm around the house, if I'm working around the house, if I'm just out and about and I don't want to have to worry about, what's on my wrist and scratching it, that's when I wear that. They get about equal wrist time with the Datejust. Maybe getting a little bit more than that now that I'm coming out of the honeymoon phase of buying that 300 meter from Omega. But overall, Datejust, it's such an iconic classic watch, and I just don't think that you can go wrong with these, in almost any variation. I don't have the smallest wrist, so, I don't think a 36 would do me well. The 41 fits absolutely perfect, and I'll put it on again for you guys to see. It's absolutely perfect on me. Love the way it feels. When I bought this, I was not originally a fan of the clasp. I wanted the Datejust 41 to have the hidden clasp like the 36s had in the past. Bought it, absolutely fell in love with this clasp. Now that I've had it, I would never want to have that hidden one on here. This is just so comfortable on the wrist. It feels so secure, and it also comes with a little extension piece as well. So if you need a little bit extra space on your wrist, if it's hot in the summer, you have that with this watch, which is pretty fantastic considering that it's not a dive watch. That's where these typically come on. So good job to Rolex for making wearing these comfortable in almost every situation. So those are my quick thoughts on the Rolex Datejust. My specific one, the white dial with the Jubilee bracelet. Let me know what you guys think about Datejust in general. I know some people aren't high on them because they're not the stainless steel sports model from Rolex. But, when you really think about it, when it comes down to it, it's every bit of the watch those are. It just doesn't have some of the same hype. But this has stood the test of time. And Rolex is doing a great job innovating and keeping it up with the time. So, I'm really happy with it. Like I said, I want to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments below. And then also, if you like this video, if you like the style videos that we're doing, I want to ask you to like this video, subscribe to the channel. It really does help us be able to provide more content for you guys. I mean, I know personally I own this watch, so it's easy for me to do a review, but the bigger the channel gets, the more opportunities that we'll have to be able to get more hands-on with other watches, so you guys can get my opinion and get a closer look at them. So one more time, I want to say thank you, and we will see you in the next video.